Okay, so welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm so excited to have you here and share with you Saving a Child because of the passion, the humanitarian aspect of it, the way the transformation of this gentleman who founded it happened for him. There are just so many good things about it. I get frustrated sometimes because I personally have stayed away. I was told I was guided to stay away from networking for like 15 years. And so whenever anyone approached me, I just said, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. And, that was hard to do, but it developed my no really well. And then, but then when Lania called me, I had been praying for my life to change in many different ways. And I have been going through a really hard time this year, which I'm still going through, but it's things are happening now, where earlier before what Alania and I talked, things were stuck and I was doing things and I wasn't getting anywhere but now things are moving ahead and I can see the open door. So I really got a good, strong feeling about this, and I'm passionate about it, and I know that it's going to make a difference. So Lania is a very long time healer. She's a very dear friend of mine for a very long time. We've known each other since the 90s. And she's just extraordinary when it comes to networking and putting things and people together. She's a people person for sure. And I just love her, and I really love all your help that you've been giving me. And so I invited her to do this talk for you guys. So this is Lania Desmond.
Hey. So this is a really sweet gathering here, the four of us here. So what I want to know is, well, one of you is in, one of you is looking. And for me, the thing that got me with this was the way it's set up. It really touched a part of me that is the healer part, but it's the part that says, I can only do so much. I can only reach just so many people. And there needs to be a way to help the people that are on the ground doing the work that needs to get done. And coming from the background that I came from, which was not the best, there was a lot of severity in my background. And I always wished that there had been other people that would have come to my aid when I needed help as a child. And so it started hitting me in many different areas of my own personal growth and healing work that I do with other people. And I have actually dealt with people that have been severely abused. And not that I've really known anybody that was trafficked, but some of them, it was pretty much like that. And so when I heard about the story of how this all came into being, where the movie The Sound of Freedom, which you're all familiar with, right? So when this gentleman, Felix Anthony, went to see this movie, he wasn't really like us. He hadn't been dealing with all of these things, and it really shocked him. It really got into him. And he had gone to the movies with his wife, and then he was so taken by the whole thing, he went back the next day to watch it and said, I do know how to put programs together. I do know how to bring people together. I know how systems work. I have to do something so that the people that are on the ground can be supported month after month after month. Because, a lot of times, we want to be able to help, but we can only just do so much. We might donate to a cause that's, that touches us, but maybe you're doing it one time. And so he decided that he had to put something together that would be ongoing every month, that these people could depend on and have funding for, and at the same time it had to be multifunctional, because there's so many other people that are not in that situation. They're not the people that are on the ground, and they're not the people that are being trafficked. They're not the kids that might be, wanting to commit suicide. They're not those people, but they need money, pure and simple. They need to be supported. They need to have a way to fill a need and fill a need for themselves. And so it was so multifunctional in the way that he put it together for everybody, that I went, this is really something that everybody could really get behind and feel good about doing. I mean, it's a horrible thing that's happening, but to feel good about being one of the people that is making a difference in people's lives that need it and being supported at the same time. So it just really spoke to me. So what I'd like to ask is, of the Kelly that actually already is in, yes, you smiling over there, what was it that that really got you, that drew you in? What was it that got you?
It was pretty how do I want to say it? It was inconspicuous. Unless you've worked with me as a healer, you probably wouldn't recognize it. But as Shana was talking to me, I just started crying. And that's what happens when I hear truth, or something that's right for me, or something that, she's saying the things that I needed to hear or that I need to be involved in. And I didn't need to know the details. I normally am a person who is super detail oriented, and I research and I make sure these people are on the up and up and all that kind of stuff. And when the tears came, that was my answer from spirit that this is supposed to be for me. And then later I started getting the connection between, I have past lives of being a child slave. I have past lives of being beaten. I have past lives of, and then it touched me even more. Mm-hmm. So the other thing, mentally, logically, my brain says that this right now is the key to everything turning around. Yeah. Because this is how they're making buku bucks, yeah, to outspend us in anything that we do. Yeah. This human trafficking, child trafficking, they're making so much money that they can throw bribe and cajole and get their way out of so many different things, because they're making so much money on this. It has to stop. Yeah.
Right.
It's the corruption to the max. Yeah.
Yeah. When I was talking to Shana, and I've known Shana a long time, and I could feel her heart. And when we were talking, it wasn't necessarily my intention to call her up and say, hey, this is something I'm doing. But as we were talking, it kind of evolved. And I do know that Shana doesn't do these kinds of things.
She knows, because she's one of the ones who's kept asking me.
And really, what's really kind of funny is I wouldn't be doing a lot of these things except for other things that were happening that needed some healing with them. But when Shana and I were talking, and I could feel this need over here and this need over here and this connection over here, and all of a sudden it was like, you know, I want to share something with you. And how long did it take?
Probably 10 minutes. I mean, I'm already a no in the past, but what I had gone through that particular day,
Right.
the prayers that I had laid out and the changes that I had made and the open door that I became for new creative whatever, she walked right in the door. And I said yes so fast. I'm like, I'm in.
Can we do
right
this now? Can we do? And I had to figure it out because
She didn't know how to do it.
I wasn't planning on telling her, and then I was telling her, and then she's jumping on it. I'm going, wait a minute, I had to figure out how to do this even. How do I do this? And it was really kind of comical, and then she wanted to know all these other things. And it's like, well, wait a minute, let me even find where this place is. I don't even, let me get on my computer,
So she got in like the week before me. There was 100 people when I got in on July 24th. There's over 700 people now, and it's only 2 months. So, I mean, it's about to just really explode. I don't want to go on a different trail than where you were going, but I just wanted to say that it was brand new, and it still is brand new to, to the bigger, where we want to go, 1 million people, 1 million members. So, yeah.
Well,
So that would
Mhm.
say something. So what I'm hearing, I think, is that the program, the way it's set up, is that it gives people who are involved some money, but it mostly creates a funding program for the people on the ground
Yeah.
to have steady, regular funds
Yes.
Exactly.
that will stay in place. And that part of it, I get.
Yeah. And we'll explain that to you in more detail,
Right.
so that if you have particular questions, you'll be able to answer. Yeah.
Mhm,
Get those
Well,
in.
I want to say this to what Shana just said,
mhm.
because the reason that there's only just a little over 700 people is because most of us
Mhm.
were told, oh, we can't log them in so fast. You got to hold off until we have the replicated website, which we don't have yet, because you know how programmers are, and so we're hoping by the end of the month. But so, a lot of us have actually been holding on to our bigger people because they didn't have the staff to put them all in.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm sure there would be a much bigger number that was already in. So kind of fortunate for us that we've kind of been holding back so that you guys can get in before the other guys,
Yeah.
But the way it's set up is something that I just really appreciate, because yes, the people that come in to this little tiny program ensure that the people on the ground, it's like when I started figuring out how the program actually worked and what each person actually makes is, in my mind, minuscule. It's minuscule what we make compared to what we're donating.
Yeah.
And the donation part is the big deal,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
That's the big deal.
And, there's different aspects to it that really appeal to me, because yes, the child trafficking part really hit me. But the part that hit me even bigger was this guy Beat Bob, who is one of the
Charities.
nonprofits that Felix was actually talking to before he went to the movie, who he wanted to support already, and they were already working on things. And the thing that Beat Bob does for the past 41 years is go to high schools and junior highs and play volleyball to educate people about teen suicide.
Which
And
is a
that got
direct
me.
correlation to trafficking.
Exactly. But it hit me because my son committed suicide.
Yes.
He wasn't a teen, but it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
does it? You
Yeah.
know? And so that was equally as big a deal to me, that this guy who is going into the schools, you know, to
Junior high
help
schools.
prevent, help prevent teen suicide, help educate people, about bullying, which is such a big deal now.
Yeah.
So there are other nonprofits that down the road will be included in the donations. And some of them, when you start hearing the stories about what these people are doing and how they're doing it, that one woman, her and her husband have been doing it for 10 years.
Oh, the woman in Miami.
The woman in Miami.
Yeah, she's running a
doing-
shelter. I think I told both of these ladies about her.
Right. So
And she's been housing people for 10 years on her own funding.
on her own
Imagine
home.
what she can do now that she's established for 10 years. She
Right.
knows the road. She
Mhm.
works with
Right.
CPS. She knows what happens to the children. She knows
Right.
what they've gone through. Some of them even got pregnant. She knows how to handle all that. And she now, if her funding doubles and triples and quadruples, my God, she
Yeah.
could do so much
Right.
more, and she will. She's a dynamo. And we have her, if you want to see her talk, it's
Mhm.
on the website
It's
already.
on the website.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And then tell them about Tim Ballard's organization. Also will be one of the
Underground Railroad, you may have heard of it. Underground Railroad. And so he is the one the movie was about.
Okay.
And his whole organization is out there on the ground, catching the child traffickers. And when you see, I haven't been able to see the movie yet. Have you seen the movie? Has anybody? I know you've seen it,
I've
Sheena.
seen it 4 times.
4 times, yeah. So you've
I
seen
haven't
it.
gone to see it yet because it's too, I'm very well aware
The
of,
subject is difficult.
extremely-
Yeah.
Right.
I'm extremely aware of what's going on in
Yeah.
ways that other people aren't because of
Yeah.
my gifts.
Yeah.
Right.
I've also worked with, I've worked with victims of trafficking, both from ritual abuse and also people who've been rescued out of trafficking situations. I recently rescued a girl through prayer. I got her free.
Wow.
So I've done some depossession work to help people get away. And I've worked with a mama who had a daughter who was pregnant and in a ring. So, and when I
Wow.
went to corridor in Colorado through I-25 for trafficking girls, and it's very lucrative, dangerous, and scary. I have people who know people here who go in. Um, I have like mercenary kind of guys that I can access if I need to, who will go in and rescue someone.
Thank you.
These are military guys.
Yeah.
So I'm working with a healer who has a background in working with trafficking, and with young people who've been through abuse. And he's actually bringing me in to do deep core work with the people he works with. And so we've worked together, and he also helped my daughter. My daughter got raped and addicted to drugs when she was in her teens and got trafficked unknowingly to me, but I didn't know that was happening, but I found out later that's what was happening.
Oh, my.
And she was really possessed. It was so dark. And the healer that I work with helped depossess my daughter. And
Wow.
the interesting thing for me about that is, when someone is really so possessed with dark entities that every time you talk to them, they will attack you, they will blame you, they will be violent and dysfunctional.
Yeah.
The moment she was clear, my daughter called me and apologized to me
Mm.
for not listening to me 15 years before when
Oh.
she first got attacked and went through this.
My
Right.
Told
God.
her over and over again to come home, that she wasn't safe,
Oh.
living like a hippie on the streets of Santa Cruz, which is why she
Oh, right.
kept telling her, you're not
Right.
safe. You're not safe. Do not be here. Come home. Let's work on this. I'll give you your freedom, but please, and she wouldn't listen to me.
Right.
And
Wow.
she was,
Ooh.
insistent. So, I don't have permission to tell her story beyond what I've just shared, but she's an adult. So when my children become adults, they have a right to share their history and their experience with other people. So
Yeah.
I don't ever want to really be public with her story with people, but
Oh,
I'm a mother who's been through it with the daughter. So I know
absolutely.
firsthand. And then I also am very aware of organ trafficking.
Oh,
Not only
right.
people being raped and molested and used for sex, but being used for bodily parts
Right.
and very disgusting things that are going. And there's a syndication of this.
Yeah.
It's syndicated, it goes through multiple countries. And I've known about this since I did a water ceremony a few years ago. And I saw it in a vision. And
Wow.
I saw pieces to this that nobody knows about. And I was like, holy crap. This is hell on earth right now. The darkest
Yeah.
of the dark is coming up for our humanity to straighten up
Yeah.
use of power with humans and sexual energy and
Yeah.
the worst things we could ever imagine and don't imagine, because nobody wants to imagine this.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly.
Mhm.
And I haven't gone to see the movie yet. A lot of people have talked to me about it. I already know what it's about. And I'm so sensitive that I need to be at home so I can bawl in private.
Well, in the movie, it focuses on one traffic ring that they got in Colombia, and they
Right.
saved 54 children, girls and boys. But since then, they've saved over 284, and it keeps climbing and climbing. And there's more than Tim Ballard's organization now working on this. And so, as we grow as a membership, we're going to be adding on all these other, not all, but vetted organizations that are actually doing the work and
Right.
need the help to expand their organization. So that's the exciting part of the growth of it.
Yeah. Well, I also don't think I'd shared with you. Shayna and I met in Santa Cruz, in
Ashland.
Ashland, Oregon. And I left there 3 years ago to come here to Colorado to help my family care for my mother. But before I left, I had gotten divorced, and I don't know if you know this, but I started the first housing program for women and children in Ashland. And
Wow.
I launched the Parker House. I wrote the program, and then I ran it. I was the house mother.
Oh
I
my
had
God.
10 women and over 8 children who were living with me. I was
Oh.
mothering all of them. And
Wow.
I set that up and got it operational before I left Ashland. So I have deep respect for a woman who's been doing that for 10 years. That's a lot of work. It's amazing love, though. And when you're a big
It
girl,
is.
it's
Wow. Thank you,
great.
So
sweetheart.
what questions do you have?
Well, I want to know, I don't know any of the details about how it works. So what can you tell me about that?
A good
Okay,
question.
about which part?
Well,
Which part?
what do you pay to get in?
Okay. Oh, she's going to be easy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just help her out here. I'm gonna.
Okay. So basically, it is $12.99. All
A
of
month.
$12.99. I
A
mean, they
month.
do have other things that you can do if you wanted to do more, but for all intents and purposes, the basic
Mm-hmm.
program,
Okay.
no, let's do the picture of the
This one?
No, the 3 different parts. If you
Oh.
could do the 3 different parts.
I think it's the same page you were on, Shauna, but further down.
This
Not the
one?
member
No,
benefits.
no, that's the member
No.
benefits.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go further
maybe
down.
down.
There it is. I
There we
think that's
go.
what she's looking for.
There we go. Okay. So basically what happens is it's $12.99. And so there's $2.99 that goes to the organization that takes care of all the stuff with the organization. And then there's $10 left. And the very first time, whoever shared this with you, when you pay the $12.99, they get $10 of that back. So that whole $13 basically is now gone. From that point forward, on the second month, it is that $10 is split up in 3 different ways. So one of the ways is $5 of the $10 goes into what they call a matrix. And so it just kind of flows down and flows down and flows down because it's a 2 by 20 matrix. I don't know if you want to know all of those details. Are you familiar with a matrix?
I sort of grok it. Yep.
Okay, all right. So if it's a 2 by 20, there's only 2 positions under you. So if
Right.
you have 3 people, one person will be down under that. Okay, and it just keeps going down to 20, which is like over 1 million. It's over 1 million people.
It's over 1
Okay.
million.
Okay. And so you're making a small amount of that money from all the different people underneath you in the matrix. Okay, so it's a small amount, and whatever amounts are not paid out of that. So let's say there was only 10 levels that were filled up. So there's 10 levels, which are much larger levels that are not, there's nobody in them. That money extra goes to the nonprofits, just so you understand that piece of it. Okay. And then whatever the person makes, the person that brought them in gets a 50% matching bonus. So $2.50 of that $10 goes to the matching bonus. So what I want to point out here is, let's just say there are, well, I'm going to use 500 just because I know we have 700 people now, but let's just say 500. So here's 500 people. Let's just say for ease of explaining it, that each one of those people only makes $50. Okay. So if you take that $50 and you multiply it by the 500, what do you get?
25,000.
You get $25,000. Okay. The reason I'm pointing that out is because if there's 500 people that are only making $50, the matching bonus is 50%. So everybody's making 50%. That $250,000, if that gets matched, that is what goes to the nonprofits.
Mhm.
That is significant. So
Mhm.
if everybody is only making a little bit, like $50, doesn't matter because the nonprofits are getting $25,000. Now that, to me, is very impressive.
Right.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So when I'm explaining this, I want you to understand how it works. I mean, the first $10, that goes back to the person that invited you. That's great. Now you're even Steven there. Okay. But let's say you personally brought in 20 people and you get $10 from every person. So that's what, $200. Okay, that's really nice because you're being rewarded for bringing people in that are going to be helping. They're going to be helping what's going on here. Okay. Now, the reason to me it's significant that the $5 goes to the matrix is, yes, we're going to get a little tiny piece of that. I think it's 25 cents is basically how it breaks down. But again, if you're getting 25 cents and you have however many people you have under you that maybe you brought in, maybe you don't even know, you've never met them, but somebody else, their matrix filled up and they're just flowing down, flowing down, flowing down. Okay. So you're making that little bit on them. So if that adds up maybe to $50, great. Okay. That's still, that's great. But when you look over at the matching, and let's say you made $25. Everybody makes half, maybe they make 50% of what that is. So if they make that $25, if it's $25,000 that goes in, maybe it's 12,500 if each person is only making $25 on that person. Still, it's a significant amount. Okay, that's not even on, that's not in here with what we're looking at on the screen here. Okay, that's number 4. That's where, so you have your $2, you have your $5, you have your $2.50, then the other $2.50 is what's going to the nonprofits. Okay, so that's $13, and we call it kind of a membership. Okay, because you gotta call it something. Okay, and so being a member with $13, there's all kinds of benefits that we get, okay, that are really amazing. But again, Shana, can we show some of the benefits, because I want to show them something with these benefits, which to me is also very important.
Tell me when to stop.
You can stop, go back. Yeah. Okay, so wait, go. Okay, just go up just a little tiny bit. There we go. Thank you. All right, so you see here we have different benefits here, but what I want you to pay attention to is that each time they get there's something in here. Well, maybe we need to go to a different thing so I can share it a little better. These are benefits that we have. So every time somebody is, oh, there it is, NPB. Okay, when you see the NPB, it's the nonprofit bonus. Okay, so when you see nonprofit bonus in here, so every time you sign up for one of these benefits that we get as members, that organization or that product line or whatever that is also donating a certain amount of money from that sale to the nonprofit. So the way it's set up is, so the V card upgrade, okay, it pays $10 and they're paying the full $10. Do you see that?
Well, tell them about the V card. Okay, so the V card is one of our bonuses. And do you know what a V card is? No. It's like an electronic business card.
On your phone.
I'll show you mine.
Oh, you're so good. I haven't downloaded mine yet.
I downloaded mine right away because it's free.
It's free.
And it's free for a lifetime.
Right.
View card, here we are. So it's exactly like
the website.
It's exactly like your business card. Whatever information you want to put on there.
You have to hold it in front of you because your screen background is blurred. So
hold it in front of your chest.
There we go.
Okay, now we can kind of see it.
There we go. Right.
Yeah.
So all of my information is here. But the best part about it is that when I just and there's a QR code where you can put this up and people will, can just get it on their phone. And whenever I change my phone number, my email or anything, it goes on everybody's card all the way across the board. You never have to change your information to all your people again.
Oh, cool.
It's very cool.
Right.
So it's a
Yeah,
way to stay connected to your network.
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Right. And when you meet somebody, you don't need to hand them something that they may wind up throwing away.
So you don't have to pay for business cards anymore if you don't want to.
And when you do that, you automatically have their information because you're sending it to them.
Right.
So it collects that also as well.
I have a question. So when you sign up, it's $12.99.
And
then
that's monthly.
and then is it $12.99 a month or $10 a month?
It's $12.99 a month because the $2.99 goes to the company to pay for all the different things. Like some of these, the people that are doing this, Felix is paying some of them for some of the different things, not all of them, but some of them. And so it goes into that, it goes into the promotion, it goes into the website, it goes into the office, it goes into, and it's not
Administration.
everything covered, but it's a little bit from a lot of people.
Mhm. Okay.
So it's totally manageable. Would you want to scroll down and we can,
The
so
travel benefit, you want to talk about that one?
yeah, the travel benefit. Now that's very cool. So the Saving a Child booking portal. So it was really kind of an interesting story because apparently Felix had been, he'd known the people that do the travel for quite a number of years, 10, 15 years, long time. And so he went to them and he said, I want to offer this. Can you give me 10 for 10? Give me, for every time it's, $10, can you give us $10 free in travel?
And a certificate.
And he'd
yeah.
done this with other companies that he'd been with. And they said, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. We can't do that. And, he got a little testy. And then they said, well, wait a minute, let me explain. You got to know Felix, So he got a little testy. Okay, fine. And so anyway, so the guy said, let me finish. And he said, no, we're not going to give you 10. We're going to give you 20. So every time we pay that $12.99, we're going to get that $20. And
Like
the
travel
booking
coupon.
and the travel agent basically already gives you the lowest price, and then you get to use your money that has been accumulating month after month after month
Yeah, that's the
as
part.
you pay those, that $12.99 or $10 as he has here. Every time you do that, you get that $20. So if you want to go somewhere, you can look it up on the agency and book it, and then use your travel money toward that particular booking.
Yeah,
So that was pretty cool.
that's very
And
cool.
then
I don't
okay,
know. This one I have, what is this one here? Invest $5 a month to earn up to 1,000 a week. Do you know what that one is?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That must be,
He's
he
adding,
keeps getting more. He keeps
he's
getting
adding
more benefits
all the time. So
all the time.
you can't keep up with this guy.
Right. And
like-
so there's the
Oh, this lead system is really good.
The V card.
there's the V card.
Yeah. this
Now
is
what it's talking about down here is the V card is free. But if you choose to upgrade it,
yeah.
okay, the upgrade, I think it says here is $69.95.
Yeah.
But $10 of that goes to
the charities.
The charities, and then $10 of that goes to the referrer.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody does the upgrade and you were the person that brought them in, you get the $10 for the upgrade.
A little bonus too.
It's a little bonus, okay?
Yeah.
So then The endless free leads. Now that is from someone who has actually been doing a network marketing magazine. How like 15, 17 years,
Yeah,
something,
17
a
to
long,
20.
very long time, has interviewed all of the industry names, the big names, and we're getting that instead of 27, it's 9. And then they're giving
As a
$2.
monthly magazine, right?
That's the monthly magazine, but along with that, you get the free leads program, which is what that 275 is, that
That is
$275 free leads.
crazy that they're giving that away.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, and so keep going.
So TNMM is the network marketing magazine.
There,
Been around for 17 years. Great.
17 years. Then, okay,
Oh, the doctors, yeah.
okay. So now what this is over here is this is no. This is a we have it. It's a shower head and water purification. It's the magnets. It's the magnets. And so we have the shower head, and you put the shower head on, and so when you take a bath, the energy is being washed away from you. All this negative energy is magnet. It's the magnet. It's the water coming through the magnet.
Uh-huh.
Right. It's
The
filtering
one
the
in the
water.
middle, right, sweetie?
Hmm?
It's the one in the middle you're talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No?
No. No. I'm talking about the one on the end
This
with the
one?
doctor. Yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's retail is $15.95. Suggested wholesale is $9.95. Our price as a member is $4.95. $100 of that goes to the kids, the nonprofit. $100 goes to the refer, and $2.95 goes to this other plan that we have. It's a different plan that we have.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what that is. Okay. The one in the middle. Now I'll tell you about the one in the middle. So can you just scroll that up just ever so slightly so you can see the blue button? Just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. It's a detox, and maybe you're familiar with it. Zeolite. Are you
Oh,
familiar with zeolite?
oh, yeah.
Okay, so zeolite, I don't know how far back you go, but I remember being in Rexall International. And Rexall International had one of the best zeolites on the market. And the guy that developed that is the same guy that now is doing this zeolite. And so what happens is the retail on this zeolite for 5 bottles of it is $400. The wholesale on it is $300. We get it for $200 for 5 bottles. And we're actually using this right now. Okay. And I was with a different company, and the people that are on the video explaining all this were people that I knew that brought me into the other company. And I called them up and I said, hey, you got any of that zeolite? And my friend said, she said, no, but I'll tell you what, that was the best product that company ever had. And that's this zeolite. And so then the member price is $200, and the $50 of that goes to the nonprofits, and $50 of that goes to the refer. So basically, it's $100 for 5 bottles.
Yeah,
So
right. That's crazy.
that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
And then this Rakuten, the Rakuten, which is the next one over, somehow or other, what this is kind of like a buying club. And so when you join into this, you get to buy all these different things at a really reduced price, and they give you money to share. I don't know exactly how it works. I found out
I
a little
haven't
bit
even heard
about it.
about this one.
Yeah, that was our friend that we talked to today.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
brought that in. So yeah, so it's $30 and then $1,000 to share which he explained it to me and it went in and went out. All
Wow,
I
yeah.
cared about is $30 goes to saving a child.
Right. That's
So
all I care
I mean,
about.
that's what I'm listening to. Okay, so you want to scroll down? You want to see if
Yeah.
there's anything else
Are
he's
there
added
more?
in?
There's so, I mean,
Oh.
these are all brand new to me. I haven't even.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know anything about this other
It's a
thing, but I
travel
do know about
safety.
the teledoc. I don't know anything about that.
The
So, and
teledoc, this one.
yeah, the teledoc. So teledoc is pretty well known. It's where you can call up a line, and it's all different doctors that do all different kinds of things, and you can ask them questions. And typically I would say it's either $49.95 or $59.95 a month and all that to be a member of that. And I think each person has to pay that. This is $29.95 for the whole family. So it'll be coming.
What was really cool is last weekend, Felix told the story about his son didn't feel well and he was not at home. He was out somewhere, and Felix got on the phone and called this teledoc company, and he was able to get a doctor on the phone, diagnose his son, and send him a prescription like within a half hour. And his son felt better. It was amazing.
Wow.
So, that kind of thing, it's good to have in your back pocket. And these are all things that we get just by being,
Remember.
part of this program. And
Right. And he's rounding them up. Every
Yes.
time I look at this, there's something else that I don't know what it is. I
know.
have no clue what we're talking about now. We can move along, but what I'm looking at here is we get all of these bonuses for being able to help the people on the ground who are there all the time, doing things that we're not necessarily doing, but we want to be able to support them, and being able to pay that $13 a month ensures that they get money every single month. And that was the part of it. I mean, the whole thing is a win-win-win all the way around. And that was what got me.
Sweetie, can you talk about this enroller bonus? Because I'm thinking, I'm really getting that Kelly Robbins would like to know about this, just to know about it. Can you talk about that a little bit?
The follow me
bone matrix, yeah. Just
okay.
the basic part of it.
Okay, so just really basically, this is a very small matrix, very small. And so let's say that you decided that you wanted to come in and, the $12 and $13 is great, and you're going to do whatever you're going to do. But if there are some people that want to play a much bigger game. They just really want to play a much bigger game. I mean, we've got one guy right now who has gazillions of people that he is talking to. And so basically what happens is, as soon as if you buy in with the $9.95, then your enroller makes $300.
You're buying into another matrix, though.
It's a different
right?
matrix. Yeah. It's a totally different matrix. Okay. And so it's only it's only 2 levels deep. So you can see that there's you bring 3 people, and then those 3 people bring 3 people, and you're done.
But also there's a big player at the top of this particular matrix that is going to bring in lots of people, and it'll spill down under you. So the $9.95 that you invest basically in the company, you're going to get 300 back right away. And then you're in this matrix, and the income that comes from that will be paid to you until there's a limit on it. And then when that's paid up, then it's over, that piece. Right? Is that sort of it?
Do you know where that other page is, or do you not want to go there right now?
I don't want to go too deep into it.
Okay,
I
so
just
hold
want to
on,
let
hold
them
on,
know.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
I
Okay,
just want them to
so-
know that there's another possibility here
Okay.
for making more income if you feel like this is really something you want to invest in.
Okay, but see, here's the thing. What you're looking at is the total matrix. It doesn't go down any more than this.
Hmm.
But it spills over into another one that's a totally separate, self-contained.
Oh,
Yeah, they're self-contained. They're not. So when you reach that $9.95, you're done. And then it spills over into the next one. When that one fills up just like this, you're done. And then when that one fills up, you're done. So if you can unleash the possibilities, it's not all, follow me simply, incredibly.
but
Okay.
your $9.95 that you're putting in, you, like I said, you get 300 of it for referring yourself in, but there's a,
No.
you
No,
get
no.
like 3 times or 5 times the amount, and that's
Wait.
the cap.
Okay, but wait a minute now. Go back up. Go back up a little bit more up.
Hold on.
Sorry. Okay. So the enroller gets that $300.
So when you sign someone up at that level, you get 300.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So Shayna, if she signed up into that $9.95, you would get the 300. Okay. So do you see that there's 3 people under there? There's 3 people. There's always 3 people. So those 3 people, I don't know how they get $9.95 because it looks like 300. So 3 times 300 is 900. So I don't know where the other 95 comes in. I don't have
Because
any
that's what
idea.
you pay. It's a bonus on $9.95. That's what you pay to be part of that
Get in.
matrix.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
Do you have to be in it to enroll people in it?
Yeah. You have to be a member first before you can roll people into this.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. I just wanted to expand. I got very clearly, I don't know why, that you guys would want to know about this piece, because we were not going to talk about this.
Right.
Because it
But
gets
you never
into a
know.
whole nother.
You never know who you know.
That's
know?
right, exactly. And if somebody
Right.
really
right,
sees the
right,
vision and
right.
wants to donate more, then they can be put into a separate matrix where they get a bundle of money at the end of it. That's
Right.
3 or 5 times what they put in. And
Right.
you get a piece of it also. So that's what I wanted you to know.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Thank
Okay. So
you. So those are all,
really fast there.
and there's more bonuses. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know which water company that is. I have no idea which water company that is.
I don't
know.
either. I think I have a feeling that it's Nikin. Nikin, is that the name?
Would it be Nikan?
The one that alkalizes, but I'm not sure. He's never said the name of it. So
Well, I guess we're going to find out when they do it.
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we don't need
Okay, we don't need that.
we don't need any of that. So
It said pre-launch down there. Are you launched?
No, we're not.
no.
Okay.
No, this is before the launch. See, what they're planning is that replicated website
Mhm.
is actually the launch.
Oh, right. When you get that done, then
When
you're
that gets done, then it launches. So it is still in pre-launch,
Mhm.
which isn't that nice, huh?
It is nice for us, I think.
It's very
We're
nice for
really
us, you know.
lucky to
I
hear
mean,
about this.
there's a lot of material on here. There's a lot of videos on here. There's a lot of information on this website. But again, this is a temporary website.
Yeah.
And we've kind of seen bits and pieces of the real website that they're working on. And you know how those people are when they're building websites, you think you've got everything done, and then all of a sudden, webinar recordings. So then you have all the webinar recordings on here also. But what I wanted to say was, as soon as that website is up and going, I mean, honestly, we'd much rather they take care of all the glitches first,
Yeah,
rather than putting it up
Yeah.
and then we have to deal with all the glitches. You know how that is, right?
yeah.
So we're waiting a little bit longer, and then when the website launches, that will be the launch of the company.
Great. So it's not far off though. You think by the end
No.
of the
It's
End of
not
the
what?
month is the possibility. You can never know the truth of it until it actually launches. So
say it's done.
it's all up to the IT people. But what I love about the new website is it's going to be seamless. You'll be able to see how many people are part of the program, how many children were saved. You'll be able to see statistics, and it'll be in real time. They'll constantly be updating it. And then in your back office, you'll be able to see, exactly where you are in your own matrix and where you need to fill in holes and all of that, and where people have been placed under you, and all of it, and Felix, one of the things he says that I really love is that we have full transparency in this company. So everything the CEO knows, you will know. And to me, that says a lot for somebody who's been in the business 47 years and has been through the failures and the successes and knows how to make the failures into a success. As you don't make the same mistake twice once you've been through it.
Right.
And that made me feel a little bit more secure about it as well, especially after saying no to networking for so many years. And now realizing this is the best place for me to be because I'm a people person.
Follow nowhere.
Yeah. So
So I have a question about the organizations this is funneling into. Is it one specific group that this money is going to, or is it various
no,
different?
there's
To the nonprofit group there.
yeah.
Great. Okay, so there's 3 of them right now.
Right here.
Okay, so there's the Underground Railroad, which is with
That's
Tim
Tim
Ballard.
Ballard's organization.
Okay, that's one of them. Crisis Aid International. So they're not just doing the sex trafficking.
Right.
They're also doing, prevent. You're familiar with them? Are you familiar with them?
No.
Crisis Aid International. Well, they do across the board. So they're doing suicide prevention. They're doing, the trafficking. They're doing, they run the gamut. And they're
Rehab.
out of the country. They're not here, from what I understand. And then there's the 100,000 teens. That's the Beat Bob that I was saying. One man's, what he's done. I mean, it's amazing what this man has done. He's been on the calls talking about it. And that's a really kind of interesting video that he put together.
How
And
many
then-
years he's been doing it, Delania?
What now?
How many years has Beat Bob been doing this?
41.
41 years.
41 years.
So
Yeah, I mean, he's only 25, but imagine. No, I'm kidding. No, yeah, so. Oh, then, no, go down. Good. Okay, so down in here, these are some really interesting links. So there's 8 episodes of Tim Ballard. There's the State Department. I want to give to Beat Bob. See, so you can give if you want to. See, okay, the money that comes from all of us that goes to that is donated to these nonprofits. that is the company donating that. Okay, if you personally want to donate, he's putting in other things, and I mean, you can donate wherever you want. And yours might be a one-time, yours might be an every time, yours might be however you want to do it, whatever you want. But just to understand the difference between them, one is dedicated from the company and the other one is if you want to do it. But I found it really wonderful that he's listing these things here.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
other links. Yeah,
Okay,
these
so
are,
that support, yeah.
yeah.
This
So-
website is not really comprehensive like a real website would be. It's just kind of
No.
stuff everywhere. But if you take your time to read it page by page, you're gonna start to get familiar with all that's going on here, and it's changing rapidly by the number of people who are showing up. And Kelly Robbins has been on several calls, so she's heard a lot of this. And the webinars are that Felix does now are Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings at 11 o'clock and Saturday morning at 11 o'clock for what he calls a fireside chat, which is not really a full presentation, but more like an update of what he's gone through for the week and new people that he's met and new people that and services that are coming on board for the members. And then Tuesday, Thursday evenings at 9 o'clock. So he's doing a call every day except Sunday while he's dealing with a health issue, which he got very good news about today. So he was very
good.
happy and perky. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I was happy to hear that also because we've all been praying for him. So if I'd like to turn off the recording because I want to tell you guys something else, unless there's any other questions.
I'm good.
Any other questions, Kelly? Okay.
Nope,